While she didn't name any names on the track, fans quickly noticed the pointed lyrics. These don't be mad at Megan. These mad at Megan's law. I don't really know what the problem is, but I guarantee y'all don't want me to start. You a never finna check me. Every chance you get, bet your weak won't address me.
In hip-hop, a beef can start with one line, one interview, or even one song, but sometimes the argument doesn't stay online. It enters the music, and when two rappers decide to respond, the result can become bigger than the beef itself. Diss tracks, viral moments, chart success, and songs that fans still talk about years later. Here are 5 female rappers who turned their biggest rivalries into unforgettable music. Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj has been involved in some of the biggest rap rivalries of her generation, but one of the most famous was her conflict with Lil Kim. When Nicki entered the rap scene, comparisons between the two were almost unavoidable. Both were female rappers, both had strong personalities, and both had built an image around being dominant women in hip-hop. But as Nicki's career exploded, tension between the two became more public. In 2010, Nicki released Roman's Revenge with Eminem. Many listeners interpreted parts of the song as shots at Lil Kim. Kim eventually responded with Black Friday. The title itself was a direct reference to Nicki's debut album, Pink Friday. The track was designed as a diss, and the feud became one of the biggest conversations in female rap at the time. Then, years later, Nicki found herself in another major rap battle, this time with Remy Ma. After Remy released Shether, Nicki eventually responded with No Frauds, featuring Drake and Lil Wayne. The song debuted at number 14 on the Billboard Hot 100. Nicki's career had already been massive, but these battles showed another side of her. She wasn't afraid to answer her rivals through music. Remy Ma's biggest diss track moment came in 2017 when her feud with Nicki Minaj exploded. For years, there had been competition between the two, and fans had already noticed indirect shots in their music. But everything changed when Remy released Shether.
But why was Nicki targeted?
It wasn't that she was targeted. With people who don't understand, I hear people like, we're waiting for her response. Like, that was a response.
The nearly 7-minute track was a direct attack on Nicki, and Remy didn't hold back. She used the instrumental from Naze's legendary diss track, Ether. That choice was important because Ether itself was one of hip-hop's most famous diss tracks. So Remy wasn't simply releasing another rap song, she was positioning the track as a major battle record. Shether went viral, and suddenly, the Nicki versus Remy feud was everywhere. Nicki eventually responded with No Frauds, alongside Drake and Lil Wayne. The track reached number 14 on the Billboard Hot 100, but Shether became something different. It became one of the most discussed female rap diss tracks ever, and it proved that sometimes a diss track doesn't need to be a traditional radio hit to become a major cultural moment. Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion's conflict with Nicki Minaj became one of the biggest female rap beefs of the 2020s. The tension had been building for years, but in January 2024, Megan released Hiss.
While she didn't name any names on the track, fans quickly noticed the pointed lyrics. These don't be mad at Megan. These mad at Megan's law. I don't really know what the problem is, but I guarantee y'all don't want me to start. You a never finna check me. Every chance you get, bet your weak won't address me.
The song immediately created controversy. One of the biggest talking points was Megan's reference to Megan's Law. Many listeners interpreted the line as a shot at Nicki's husband, Kenneth Petty. Nicki responded almost immediately, and the beef turned into a full musical battle. Her response was Bigfoot. The track directly targeted Megan, and Nicki spent the song addressing the conflict, along with the controversy surrounding Megan's shooting case. The response became a huge online conversation. For days, fans were debating who won, who had the better bars, and whether the beef would continue. And this is what made the situation so powerful. Hiss wasn't just a diss track, it became a major commercial success. It debuted at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, giving Megan one of the biggest moments of her career. So in this case, a rap beef didn't hurt the song, it helped turn it into a cultural event. Cardi B and BIA's rivalry is one of the newer examples of female rap beef becoming music. The tension between them developed over several years, with social media posts, song lyrics, and perceived shots between the two. In 2024, BIA released Sue Me. The song contained lines that listeners interpreted as attacks on Cardi. Cardi responded, and the rivalry continued through music and social media. Then came Pretty and Petty. Cardi used the song to directly address BIA, turning their rivalry into a full diss track, and the song became part of Cardi's album, Am I the Drama? The track generated huge online discussion because Cardi didn't simply hint at the rivalry, she went directly at BIA, and now, in August 2026, the feud has become relevant again. BIA recently revived accusations from the earlier dispute, and Cardi responded publicly. So even years after the original tension began, the rivalry is still generating headlines, and that's exactly what makes a rap beef powerful. The music can keep the story alive, even when the original argument happened years ago. Lil Kim, before Nicki, before Cardi, before Megan, there was Lil Kim, and one of her most famous rap rivalries was with Foxy Brown. The two were among the most prominent female rappers of the 1990s, and their competition became part of hip-hop culture. But Lil Kim later had another major rivalry with Nicki Minaj. When Nicki became one of the biggest female rappers in the world, comparisons between her and Kim became unavoidable. Kim felt that Nicki's image and style, yes, were heavily influenced by what she had built. The tension eventually entered their music. Nicki's Roman's Revenge, what was widely interpreted as containing shots at Kim, and Kim answered with Black Friday. The title was deliberately connected to Nicki's Pink Friday. The track became a major talking point among hip-hop fans, and the rivalry became one of the defining moments of the early 2000s female rap conversation. It wasn't just about two rappers, it was about generations. One artist who had already built a legacy, and another who was becoming the new superstar. And that's why the music mattered so much. The diss tracks turned a personal rivalry into a larger conversation about who owned the future of female rap. And when you look at all 5 stories, the pattern is clear. Nicki Minaj, Lil Kim, Remy Ma, Megan Thee Stallion, and Cardi B all showed that a rap beef can become much bigger when it enters the music. Sometimes it's a response, sometimes it's a chart-topping hit, and sometimes it's a song that people remember long after the beef itself is over. Because in hip-hop, a rivalry can disappear from social media, but a diss track can live forever. Thanks for watching.